Hey, yo, we got Aquamarine, How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother. I am tired. Are You My Mother parody t-shirts on Teespring right now. Some of you did not like the version of the little square that looks like a book in the middle of the t-shirt. So now we have two versions. You can get that version, but you can also get this version that is transparent and we have different colors and it comes with men's and women's t-shirts. So get that on Teespring. It's available till May 28th and the art was done by Kitsune Zakuro. Very talented. Go subscribe to her channel. Leave the link in the description below and we'll leave the links to the two t-shirts below. So go check out the things. That's it. Okay, thanks, bye.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another leaks discussion video. I'm Hailey from Cartooniverse, and I am with Kitsune Zakuro, who's here to discuss these leaks with me, and this is for the episode Off Colors, which is the final one we have to discuss. The trial was actually leaked along with this one, but Lars Head was leaked before these two, so that was kind of unfortunate timing, I guess, but at least we have all of them, and this is the last one we have to talk about. So, as usual, we have the 2-minute clip plus a bunch of screenshots, and this one, it seems to be a lot more informative than for the trial, because not too much happened in that trial, but here there's definitely lots going on. So, I watched the promo again. I was able to piece together kind of what happened, I'd say. So Lars and Steven are in the trial place, and Steven does something to make Yellow Diamond and possibly Blue Diamond really mad, and Yellow Diamond shoots them with lightning, like you said, and somehow they find a palanquin. I didn't see one. Maybe that's how the diamonds came in. And they go onto the palanquin, and then I guess the trial place is like a circle-ish dome or something, and maybe so they
ran out.
What?
I guess it's a kind of room, and they just sort of found an exit, ran, and Blue Diamond just happened to be parked outside. And
yeah.
Let's hitch a ride.
And they kind of explode out of that place, and they fall down, and we can see. I don't know. I've seen various mentions about it, you kind of see as they're falling down. It's very quick. It's the holes around the place. I don't know if it's a kindergarten or not. You kind of just barely see it in this clip, or those ventilation holes I heard somebody say. But if it's a kindergarten, it's really interesting made on Homeworld. But they fall down, and I guess Steven bubbled them to make sure they're safe, because obviously Lars would not have been okay if Steven did not bubble them. But they make it out okay. And, they're just kind of figuring out what's going on. And basically they keep walking a bit. And, Steven kind of explains stuff to Lars, which is good, because Lars had no idea what was going on at all. Because especially he calls, the diamonds giant ladies. And, he does not know anything. And basically, like we saw in the promo, we see that, I guess it's a Robonoid. That's what we heard from Lars' head. And basically, the Robonoid detects for gems, and it's to shatter them, I believe. So that's why, not until it scans Steven's gem, did it get aggressive. And then it shoots lightning at them.
Throughout the clip, we see these weird statues with different gems on them, kind of suggesting that they're fusions. So I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but my best guess is sort of, I don't know.
Why would Homeworld have that? That makes no sense.
I don't know.
Exactly, yeah.
They are in this ruined area place, so it could have been a rebel place thing.
Yeah, but I believe from the Sea Spire or we've seen in other instances of old gem architecture, some of those gems have 4 arms. There was one that was a water fountain, I think. I'm pretty sure they had multiple arms. So it's wait, how did that happen?
I'm not
Did they
entirely sure.
Were they I like the idea of a gem with multiple faces, and they just made it, but then they actually don't do that?
Sapphires have 1 eye.
Yeah, that's true. So they might have been okay with, I don't know, maybe some gems look like that. Who knows?
Yeah, no idea.
So
shifting?
Yeah, okay.
Wait, I don't know.
We don't really see that.
Peridot was or not Peridot, I forget whom. Maybe it was Jasper. It was probably Jasper. Many gems have made reference to shape-shifting being kind of gross and kind of weird, because it's how dare you alter your true form in which you came out of, perfect for the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they wouldn't even be yeah, let's make a statue where someone has shapeshifted 4 arms. Wouldn't that be cool? especially considering, like I said, they've been very against altering your original shape, which came out of your hole or whatever. Weird.
So to go along with this, I kind of maybe mapped out exactly what happens. How Lars, if you haven't seen the clip for Lars's head, you should watch that before I say this. But after how Lars dies, momentarily, basically it's because of this Robonoid, and we see from the promo that he gets a rock and kind of smashes the Robonoid, and it kind of explodes in his face almost. So he could possibly have died from that, and then Steven has to bring him back to life. I don't think they haven't specified we haven't heard any information about that from the leaks, or what happened to exactly how Lars supposedly died, because we know Steven heals him. So I don't know. Any thoughts about how Lars dies?
I think it might be that, considering in one of these screenshots that we do have, we see Lars just kind of like on his knees and stuff next to the sapphire, which I'm guessing is a peach sapphire, considering the color palette. And he seems to be like hunched over and stuff. Like I guess he kind of saved her or something from being zapped or whatever by these Robonoids. And there's this little stick, or not stick, it's like a rock. Next to them, which is, I'm pretty sure, the same thing that he used to stab the Robonoids in the promo. Yeah. And obviously it's got the little outline, like, yeah, in today's day and era, animation and stuff, it's gotten a little better, and you can't tell what's immediately gonna move when it moves. You know how, like, in those
yes.
cartoons where you're like, I know which rock is gonna get destroyed, I see you there. But, you know, we've advanced from that. But here you can kind of see that it's a little more polished and outlined. You know, in comparison to the rest of the background, because Steven Universe has very distinct backgrounds. It does use texture and stuff a lot, and this rock thing obviously is just, you know, it's there. So he probably uses that to stab one of the Robonoids, blows it up in his face, and he just low-key dies. Or high-key, because I guess he's high up in the sky and just falls. I guess it's high-key and low-key.
I understand.
Low-key, man.
Yeah, so that brings us to the screenshots. We got a couple of them, and these are actually pretty informative. So starting off, we're going to just go from the order that they were uploaded in, and we see the Robonoid tracking Steven and Lars, because we know since it scans Steven's gem, it's after them. I'm assuming that it's after all gems, not just the rose quartz, because of what we see later in the screenshots. I think it just wants to kill any rogue gems, perhaps, that somehow managed to survive, because maybe they're not supposed to be there anymore. I don't know why. I don't know.
It could be like a kind of database, like how police have records of like criminals and stuff, and they have like prints and stuff. But we know that gems have data and like specific cuts and, you know, codes and stuff for them. So they probably have like a code database uploaded into them, and when they scan for the gem, and if the code matches any of the ones that they have, or an unknown one that's not been registered in the, I guess, OK gem system, then they get eradicated.
Yeah, makes sense. That's really scary that they have this thing coming after them. And so in the next screenshot, they're kind of like hugging each other, huddled together, because they're obviously very scared. Yeah, it's a lot of mostly Lars and Steven's screenshots. That's probably a good portion of this episode. So in the next one, we have just Lars and Steven walking towards a reddish, pinkish light, I guess. I'm not sure. Would that be from maybe the Robonoid or something else, you think?
I'm not entirely sure. We've only seen the Robonoids so far be the only thing that emit a sort of light. For the most part, we're in a more darkish sort of place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then we get our first glimpse of the off-colored gems, which is a lot of people were thinking that this would be referencing like what Holly Blue said, these off-colored betas, but you know, this probably could be referring to any gems that come out, you know, defective or whatnot, or just not the gems, ideal gems for Homeworld. They could just be referred to off-colors, like an insult, I guess. So obviously there's a bunch of gems, and is there anyone you want to talk about?
You know it.
Okay, go ahead.
So, going with the sapphire first, judging by the color palette, obviously it's been dulled down a little, and it's been put like a a different palette because we are in a different location where the lighting isn't exactly natural. Like suppose if it was just like normal day, nothing like special about it, like sunset or whatever. It's in a dark gloomy place, so the colors are going to be a little off. So I'm guessing that, like I said before, it is a peach sapphire because obviously the skin tone and just the rest. It could be a pink sapphire, but I really doubt it considering that is a very saturated and like just really pink for it to be a pink sapphire, and this sapphire isn't that pink. Moving on to the two-headed or two-head torso, the split gem. Yeah, the split gem, I'm not entirely sure considering there are many red gems, but just kind of looking at them and their I guess the tone of red they seem to be, it kind of reminds me of a red spinal. It's one of the more common gems, and we've seen that Steven Universe does sort of use more commonly known gems. Even if they're just like a bit uncommon, like an agate or something, like even those are pretty like they're pretty common gems that people would know. So yeah, I'm thinking that it is a red spinal, and then for the last one, my favorite, which is I guess the fusion. It looks like a fusion, and it probably is a fusion. At first, I thought that this might have been a force fusion, but I didn't realize they had a gem at their belly button. This does seem to be a fusion between what seems to be a ruby and a pearl, considering that just the facial expressions and everything remind me a lot of sardonyx, but minus the whole like sapphire, I guess, whole shtick. No thick lips here. I couldn't help myself. We do have the translucent thing at the top, which we have seen in many designs of Pearl. We saw it in the old design of Pearl, like throughout the ages. I don't think she does have a translucent thing on her now in her current design, but she did the first time we saw her in a flashback. When we saw her, it's like she had the translucent thing. Blue Pearl, Yellow Pearl, they also have the translucent cloth thing near their, like somewhere under design. So they've got that going on for them. The gem on their chest is, just a simple circle, smooth cut. So that is also another thing that is more likely to be a pearl. And then the gem cut on their stomach, their I guess navel stone gem thing, is of a typical cut that we've seen in the show of a ruby. So the color palette matches, and so do the clothing. The only thing that would probably be more akin to a sapphire is probably the gloves, but we don't know the two gems that make up this fusion. So yeah, it most likely is a pearl and a ruby. Mm-hmm. One of them might have had gloves, or they just could have added that to themselves. We've seen fusions manifest different clothing types, just stuff. And another little comment I want to say, they remind me of like Frankenstein's monster or whatever. I'm not too into that, so sorry if I confuse names or something, but I'm just gonna call her Frankie because that's easy, and I don't know what gem she is.
Yeah, awesome analysis, and I agree with you with the most of like if it's a garnet and a pearl, that'd be really cool if that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So, and you also made the observation that it's probably the split one is probably the same gem.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but they maybe still fused them together.
Either a force fusion or they grew together. Like they just grew weirdly together.
I wonder what they did. Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, because
maybe their whole things were too close together and they kind of just.
Oh, that's possible. But that, like the shape of the gem is typical of what we see of a gem shard, so that's what. I'm confused about.
That is true. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, because like the kindergarten is weird because we do see overlapping gem, the holes in the kindergarten. So that is definitely a possibility. I didn't think of that.
Some of these look like it's just been damaged, so they're overlapping. But yeah, looking at some of them, I see in the I think the 5th screenshot near the bottom, there is one thingy there that's overlapping, and yeah, just looking at it, there are quite a few that are overlapping that haven't just been like zapped or something. So it looks like they're together.
Yeah. So that was pretty much like we got a close-up of that red gem in the next screenshot. So the one after that is just another one. We actually get to see all of them together, the new gems plus Steven and Lars. And I think this is the first time from this episode or from these leaks that we saw this blue gem, which I don't know if you have any comments about or not.
Like I said before we started recording this, they do remind me of a the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, but that's just because they're a weird caterpillar thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they're a forced fusion or not. They seem to be pretty happy together, even though they are questionable, I suppose, in their stability.
Yeah, there's
but
so
then
many.
again, we did get a confirmation or something similar to that from the Crewniverse that mostly the fusion designs are based off aesthetic and not entirely on stability. Stability is mainly how stable their personality is and how well they can keep themselves together as a person and as a fusion and not fall apart. Like, a Sugilite is unstable because of her destructive and just crazy personality and how she can get really out of control fast. Opal is unstable for different reasons, that being that they couldn't stay fused together for long because Pearl and Amethyst had a lot of disagreements. Looking at the gem and the palette, it could be an Alexandrite, considering the gems themselves do share a very similar resemblance to the Alexandrite that we have, their color palette. But if it's not an Alexandrite, it could be a flame aura quartz or a titanium aura quartz, which are both very, very colorful gems that have a very nice weird shine to it, and it just looks like it kind of looks like a cluster of gems, and everything is just sort of like weird sticking out. It's a very, very interesting gem, and this fusion does have a lot of legs and stuff sticking out of it, so it could be one of those two quartz gems. Very colorful, so it would match.
Yeah, that'd be so. I don't know. There's so much. There's so many gems in this one. So, wow, anybody's guess there. So moving on to the next screenshot, we see the Robonites are somehow got. I don't know how. Maybe they just ran into each other. Steven and Lars ran into these new gems, or they saw them that they were hiding, and then the Robonites tracked down this gem because there's two of them. From what we saw in the preview, there was only one. I don't know if we've seen two before. I don't. Well, now there's two. So that's bad news for this gem, who's looks like they should have got shattered right then. But somehow maybe Steven or Lars saved them from there.
Probably they were found by the Robonoids, and then Steven was like, time to save these guys, right?
Yeah.
And they probably went out to confront the Robonoids, and that's probably when the other gems came in because of, I guess, commotion, or like, wow, inspiration. We saw this kid fight those Robonoids, so you know what? Let's do that. Let's join the kid, guys.
Yes, exactly. So we already talked about the next screenshot a bit, but basically we see the Sapphire, as you were saying. Probably Lars saved her, and then eventually is going to blow the Robonoid up with that, the rock, the pointy rock there. And interesting note is that I don't know, she has like it's almost definitely a sapphire just by the looks, but also like underneath the dress, it's also has the layers of different colors, which is a really nice detail. Yeah. Any other observations?
Plus the cut of her gem is like. The cut of a gem is like a sapphire. It's a triangle thing.
Okay, moving on to the last screenshot. We're almost done here, and it's basically just, I don't know what's up with Lars there, but he's like, he fell, or maybe that's like after the blast and he's dead and then he falls down or something. No, I don't know.
He's just dead. He's limp. He's fallen. Goodbye, guy. You are just bye.
And then Steven has to save him. Yeah.
I just leave him there. Leave him to die. Leave him to rot. Let his body like decompose or something, and like diamonds can deal with like maggots or whatever they want.
Yeah.
Go look at the body, guys. Investigate it.
Oh man.
Open up a court thing.
Yeah. So
you can get Steven on 2 murders, man. That's twice the sentence.
That's a good point. So that pretty much covers the clips, the clip plus the screenshots. Any final thoughts for this episode?
Not really. I can't wait to find out what gems these kids are.
Yeah.
And pray for Lars, rip guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, we already discussed what happens in Lars's head, so I mean, oh, I just realized Lars's head probably refers to maybe not going inside his. I mean, Steven literally goes inside his head, because he's like,
What?
you know, Lars. I was thinking Steven would use his powers to go inside Lars's head, to like
Oh, yeah, it's probably in a literal sense.
Yes.
Lars's head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
had
wrong
that- had that
video.
one screenshot where
But
he just kinda-
I just thought of this now.
yeah. Wait, just what? Steven has a lunch bag?
Yeah. He probably
Wait,
went home and grabbed lunch.
He was like, hey guys, wait, let me go home and like instead of doing something important, like I don't know, notifying the crystal gems or whatever, let me just grab some lunch, man. I'm hungry. Oh well, they were complaining that they were hungry.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I just realized.
Steven grabbed
we were.
We're realizing stuff all the time.
Okay. So, Steven can travel through the little tuft of hair on Lars's head and Lion now, right?
Yes.
Assuming that those two things are connected.
Mm-hmm.
Probably are. And the gems can't go through that portal, right?
Yeah, no.
But Steven can take things in and out of there, so if the gems were to be poofed and let's say
Yeah.
put in a lunch bag, and Steven were to take that lunch bag over to the other side, and then they just regenerate there.
Boom. You know, you got day is saved.
Gotta
Except
get
Lars.
creative, man.
Lars
Except
is stuck.
Yeah, Lars. I mean, Lars
screwed.
is kind of a weird undead thing now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, like Lion. I mean, who knows how he's gonna be for the rest of his life after that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, this makes Sadie and Lars ship sad because Lars is gonna live forever. Oh man.
Yeah, most likely. Like, considering that Lion should be not like he should have died of old age if he was a normal lion, and now Lion's been living 14 plus years after since Steven's been born.
Probably
Lion.
older than that.
Yeah, was a full grown lion by the when he turned pink, so a couple years old at least. So yeah, we're a bit off topic, but basically, Lars might live forever now. Yeah.
Unless he offs himself, I guess.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, just because he lives forever doesn't mean he can't be killed.
That's true.
Pretty
Yeah,
much
we don't
the
know exactly what this new hybrid creature, how Lion and Lars are connected. I don't know if, exactly. We don't. Lars will be able to talk, though. So Lion, we don't really know
Well,
too much. So,
But, like, Lars still has a scar on his face, right? So that doesn't get healed or anything?
yeah, I wonder how that came out. That happened.
They're
The
just
blast,
like,
I mean,
Nah, leave it there. He's cool now. He's Kylo Ren now.
sure.
Welcome to
yeah.
the dark side, Lars.
He's pink and on the dark side, yeah.
Yes, it's the new aesthetic of the dark side now.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Yeah.
you gonna join?
Yeah, so we got really off topic there, but it's pretty relevant to the bomb overall. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back with more videos about the bomb once it airs, maybe even some before. It's only in a few days, actually, that it's airing. Yeah, so see you then.